name is Miho. So today, our theme is a take a moment. So like kind of continuation from the last week's theme, that I take just a little second, maybe take a big breath whenever you remember, because we tend to just focus on so many things and then we forget to breathe even sometimes. Or you might be holding the breath doing something like very, you might be focusing something with the holding breath sometimes. So just consciously bringing those awareness back to you and take a breath or take a moment. Or like if you're rushing so fast and you need to get to one place, which I do tend to do, but can you maybe take a moment and take a breath and go? Maybe something might shift in yourself and you're still maybe in a rush, but you might want to take that little moment to come back to yourself rather than just go. So bringing yourself back and take a moment. So that's the theme. And I'm also going to guide you to a pose that I don't usually like to guide, but sometimes we have to practice those disliking things, right? Yeah, so hopefully you can enjoy. And again, as always, if you don't feel comfortable moving into certain poses or would like to skip or just rest and watch, you can totally do it. So please take a moment for that. Good conclusion. Okay. So let's get started. Finding your comfortable seat when you're ready. Relaxing your shoulders. And taking this moment to really connect with your body and with your breath. Maybe just sensing to the place where you feel the ground, the parts that your body connects to the ground. It could be the outer legs. If you are kneeling, you might be feeling your shins and tops of your feet. Maybe you might be feeling your hands connecting to your legs. And you might be hearing the radiator in my living room. You might feel a cool sensation or warm sensation, the mixture of both. You might be feeling your heartbeat, blood flow, the movement of your breath. Taking a moment to set an intention for today's practice, if there is any. Dedicating your practice to somebody else or something else. Reach your palms together. Letting the base of your thumb slightly lifting up your sternum. Releasing your chin towards your chest. Gently opening your eyes. Focusing on one point. On the fingertips or mat. And slowly bring your gaze forward. Now let's bring the hands behind your head. And you can interlace them fingers and kind of set your head, the kind of back of your head, where the neck and head connect. And as you inhale, reach your heart up, opening your elbows up, taking a slight back bend into seated cow, cat, cow, yeah. And as you exhale, elbows towards each other, rounding your back into seated cat. Inhale, lifting up, opening the front body. And then exhale, rounding, elbows close towards each other. One more time, inhale, lifting up, opening the front body. And then exhale, round. Inhale, come back to the center, extending your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, twisting to your right side. And you're welcome to stay in this regular twist, or if you like to, gaze forward. And then maybe release your left ear towards your left shoulder. So you might feel the nice opening through the right side of your neck. Inhale, come back to the center, extending your arms up towards the sky. Releasing your hands behind your hips, sending your sternum up towards the sky. And bring your head back to the center. Let's walk the hands forward as little or as far as you'd like to reach. Releasing your head, heavy softening through your back. Slowly lifting your torso. Switching your crossing legs if your legs are crossed. We're going to do the same thing. Sending your palms behind your neck and head where the occipital joint is. And inhale, opening up. Exhale, round elbows towards each other. Inhale, opening the front. Exhale, round, opening the back. One more time, inhale, opening up. Exhale, round. Inhale, back to the center, extending your arms up towards the sky. And twisting to your left side. And again, if you'd like to, gaze forward. And then releasing your right ear towards the right shoulder. If you'd like to. And if this is something that feels good. Bring your torso back to the center, extending your arms up. Releasing your hands behind your hips, sending your sternum up towards the sky. Bring your head back to the center, walk your hands forward, as little as far as you'd like to reach. Slowly lifting your torso. Let's moving into downward facing dog. Taking your time, pedal your feet. Opening the back of your legs.
As you inhale, raising your heels, softening your knees, look towards your hands, taking the slowest walk to the front of your mat. Moving into forward fold, Uttanasana. You might want to keep your knees soft, maybe reach for your elbows. Swing your torso side to side or gently shaking your head, yes or no. Releasing your hands down towards the mat. Softening your knees. Slowly rolling up. One vertebrae at a time. Coming up to standing Chapasana. Mountain pose. Letting your energy moving into your feet. Letting your energy moving through your legs, through your hips, through the spine towards the crown of the head. Lifting your energy up towards the sky at the same time, grounding your energy down to the earth. As you inhale, reach your arms up. Taking a slight back bend, lifting your heart up towards the sky, lengthening your tailbone down towards your heels. Exhale, hinging from your hip joints forward, fold, softening your knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthening the spine, flat back. Softening your knees. Stepping back into downward facing dog. And then lowering your knees down. And as you inhale, reach your heart forward into cow pose. You can keep your toes stacked if you'd like to. You can also untuck your toes if it's too much. And as you exhale, moving into child's pose, you can keep your toes stacked into child's pose, or you can untuck your toes. Inhale into cow, opening the front body. And then exhaling to child's pose. One more time, inhale into cow. Exhale into child's pose. And then slowly come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, raising your right leg back and up. Stepping forward into lunge. And releasing your left knee down. Untuck your toes, protecting your left knee if you have a sensitive knee. And then turn your left toes to your right side. Walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat. Moving into supported side angle. And supported side plank. Yeah. And if you can keep your left toes behind you, pointing towards the back, or you can turn your left toes towards your right foot if you'd like to. And lifting your right foot up to the hip level. Maybe not. You can stay here if you prefer to. And if you'd like to, you can also bend your right leg, reach your right hand behind you, and kick your right foot back. But you don't want to push the rib forward. Keep hugging your navel in and press through your left hand. And then from here, release your right hand down on the mat, extending your right foot back. So moving into three-leg tabletop here. Again, you can stay here. Maybe extend your left arm forward, finding your balance. If you'd like to, we are going to reach for the right foot again with your left hand. Again, keep hugging your navel in. And then slowly releasing your hands and legs down, moving into downward facing dog. Inhale, shifting forward to plank pose. So let's take a modified flow, releasing your knees down as you exhale lower all the way down. Inhale, moving into baby cobra, little one, no weight on your hands. Releasing your torso down, pressing through tabletop. Moving into downward facing dog. Inhale, raising your heels. Softening your knees, look forward, step, walk, hop forward. Inhale, lengthening the spine, flat back. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, reach arms all the way up with some light back bend. Exhale, diving forward, forward, fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, flat back. Softening your knees, stepping back into downward facing dog. And releasing your knees on the mat. This time you can take a regular cow like what we did, or if you'd like to, you're going to lower the chest and chin towards the mat. Like this. And then press through your hands into child's pose. You can either take a cow or knee chest chin. 2 more times. Inhale, reach forward into knee chest chin or cow. And then exhale into child's pose. So knee chest chin is something that I don't usually guide to because I don't like to shorten too much on the back of the neck. But we're gonna find the length in that. So knee chest chin or cow. So even your back of the neck is shorter, can you find the length with it? And then exhale into child's pose. And moving back into downward facing dog. Inhale, raising your left leg back and up. Stepping forward into lunge. Release your right knee down. And then turn your right toes towards the left. Let's move into supported side plank. Again, with your right foot, you can turn your right foot towards your left. If you prefer to keep your right hip foot behind you, you can. Maybe lifting your left foot to the hip level. You might reach, bend the left foot. And then reach for the left foot. Keep hugging your navel in, pressing through your right hand. Like moving into half moon with Chapasana. Right? If we are standing on this pose, you are in a half moon, and this is called Chapasana, taking bind. And then releasing your left foot, releasing your left hand down, facing down into 3-leg tabletop. And you might want to stay here, maybe extend your right arm forward. If you'd like to, reach your right hand towards the left foot. And press your left foot into your right hand. And then slowly releasing your hands and legs, moving back into downward facing dog. Inhale, shifting forward to plank pose. If you're ready through Chaturanga, move through Chaturanga and join the modified variation as usual. Inhale into any back bends. And exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release out. Inhale. Sign out of flutter your lips. Taking 5 more breath cycles. Staying in down dog. While lowering your knees down into into child's pose. Softening your breath. Downward facing dog is the great place to take a moment to stay still, even in child's pose, right? This moment is a great moment to take a pose. And once you feel ready, coming back into downward facing dog. Take your time and no rush. Inhale, raising your heels. Softening your knees, look forward. Step walk, float forward. Inhale, lengthening the spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach arms all the way up. And bring your palms together. Releasing your hands by your sides. You don't have to look to the front, but I'm going to face towards you. Reach your arms up. You can bring your feet a little bit wider. I think we did this last week, but we're going to change the arms. So interlace them fingers, pointing the index fingers up. And kind of hugging your head with your arms, finding the lift as you inhale. Exhale, reach out to the right side, keeping your left foot heavy. Inhale, come back to the center. And then exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Releasing your hands behind your hips, interlace them fingers. And sending your fist back. Lifting your heart up towards the sky. Keep hugging your navel in. And then bring your torso back to the center, softening your knees. Really bend your knees. Releasing your torso over your legs. Releasing your head heavy. And then slowly lifting your torso, kind of moving into chair pose here. And shifting your weight on your right foot, stepping back into lunge. Reach your hands behind you, really opening the front of your shoulders. Hugging your navel in, taking a slight back bend here. And then slowly releasing your hands down to the mat. Swing your right foot back and up into down dog split. I'm going to do the modified version, so I'm going to lower the left knee down. Inhale here, as you exhale, knee to your chin. Shoulders are over your wrists. Inhale, pressing back. Exhale to your right armpit. Inhale, pressing back. You can do it in the downward facing dog here. I'm just modifying. Exhale to your left armpit. Keep twisting, moving into fallen triangle. If you're modifying, lower your right shin down. Keep pressing through your right hand. And then releasing your left hand down, swing your right foot back and up into down dog split. Opening your hips, bending your knee. Keeping your shoulders square to the mat. And squaring your pelvis, step your right foot forward into lunge. Opening up into warrior two. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Keep softening through your right knee. Now let's move into side angle of your choice. You might want to take a supported side angle. If you're ready, maybe taking a bind.
Just a half, or maybe you might want to take both. Finding the length through the left side of your body, anchoring through the outer left foot. And pressing through your feet, inhale, reversing your warrior. Moving into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Reach your right hand beyond your right foot towards the pinky toe mount. And lifting the left side of the body over the right. If you'd like to take Chapasana, bend your left leg and then reach your left hand behind you. Nice, everyone. Wherever you are, you're amazing. And then releasing your hands down through, goddess pose. Inhale, reach up. And then turning your toes to warrior two to your left side. Your left knee is bent. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Releasing your hands down on the mat. Swing your left foot back and up into down dog split. Opening your hips, bending your knee. If you'd like to move it into wild thing, lifting your hips up towards the sky. And releasing your left hand down, back into downward facing dog. Moving through your choice of flow, skip your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, raising your left leg back and up. Stepping forward into lunge. Opening up into warrior two. Inhale, reversing your warrior. And then straighten your left leg. Moving into the triangle pose, Trikonasana. Swing your pelvis to the right side. And then try not to push your left hip back. And you might want to keep the left knee softened if you have a tendency to push the leg down. And then grounding through your left foot, lifting your torso back into the goddess pose. Inhale, lifting up into star pose. And then opening your arms to the T shape. You can turn your toes to the front. You can either step together or hop really lightly together. Yes. And then let's reach both hands up towards the sky. And you're going to release your right arm down. And then reach. Your right foot behind you. And let's take a moment here, finding the center. Take a moment to find the center. Hugging your thighs in. That is going to make you stabilize, right? Hugging your navel into the spine. And if you feel ready, you can kick your right foot back into your right foot into your right hand. This is just a visit. I'm going to guide you something a little bit different. So come back to the first place. You can take the second set of dancer pose. If you'd like to do a variation, you're going to switch the arm. So you're going to reach your left hand towards the right foot, extending your right hand up. And then kick the foot back. So in the opposite leg, I'm holding the right foot with the left hand. You might want to stay upright. You might want to reach your hands down towards the floor, like a half moon, the revolved half moon, kind of. This is just a variation. And then slowly, slowly lifting up, coming back. And you can release your right foot. And let's move into standing pigeon. I know it's a lot of standing on one foot. If you need to take it easy, please do. And if you feel comfortable keeping your legs as is, to sit down, you can keep your legs as is. If you need to release your foot down and then sit down, you can do so. Just don't hurt yourself. And then releasing your feet. And then reach your hands behind you. I'm going to face towards the back because I have a plant I don't want to crush into. Moving into upside down tabletop. Press through your feet and hand lifting your hips up. And then slowly releasing your hips down on the mat. Swing your legs towards the front of your mat or whichever you're facing. Swing your legs out to the side. And extending your left arm out. So you're rolling onto the left side of your body. And if you have the edge of the mat next to you, try to adjust your body straight as possible, like a parallel to the sides of the mat with your body. And you can stay here, or you might want to lift your head and kind of rest your left palm towards the back of your head. So you're kind of looking upward slightly. And you're going to extend your left elbow out. And your feet are pressing down. What if you're standing on the wall? You might want to stay here. Or you might want to reach your right hand by your side. And keep finding the Tadasana in your body. That's the challenging part. This is not an easy pose. As you see, I'm very wobbly. Because my tendency, I want to push my pelvis back and then stay here. That's so easy because you get the 3 points balance, but you're on the side. Like if the notebook is trying to stand like this, and this can stand because it opens. But if you are trying to stay straight this way, it's hard to stand, right? So really engaging your core, that's the big part of this. And then slowly roll down to the front of your body. And moving into tabletop. And here, we are going to do knee, chest, chin again. If you prefer to, you can turn your head to one side. But if you can, look forward. And you might want to tuck your toes. Just feeling the openness from the front of your throat. And when you're ready, moving through your choice of flow, skip your flow. Or meeting down with a facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release out.
Inhale. Sighing out to flutter your lips. Lowering your knees down into child's pose. Softening your breath. And then since we are kind of shortening the back of your neck, if you'd like to, you can roll forward towards the rabbit pose. So that is going to stretch the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, coming back into downward facing dog. No rush. And if you have a question, you can ask me at the end of the class. Inhale, raising your heels. Softening your knees, look forward. Step walk, float forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, reach arms all the way up. And bring your palms together. Again, you can stay where you are. I'm going to face you. Reach your arms up. Interlace them fingers. I think my shirt is getting smaller. Interlace them fingers in the opposite grip. So let's switch the grip. Inhale here, lengthening up. And then exhale, reach to the left side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale to your right side. Inhale, come back to the center. Releasing your hands behind your hips, interlace them fingers. You can bring your feet a little bit wider and lifting your heart up towards the sky. Hugging your navel in. Opening up. Even though you're back bending, you're finding the length. Bring your torso back. Softening your knees, releasing your torso forward. Let your head heavy. And then slowly lifting your torso, moving into kind of chair pose. Shifting your weight on your left foot, stepping your right foot back into lunge. Lifting your heart up towards the sky, navel in. Bring your torso back to the center, hands down. Swing your left foot back and up into down dog split. And I'm going to show the modified versions. I'm going to lower the right knee, but you can stay down dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, pressing back. Exhale to your left armpit. Inhale, pressing back. Exhale to your right armpit. Keep twisting, moving into a fallen triangle. Or lower your left shin down. And releasing your right hand down, left foot back and up into down dog split. Opening your hips, bending your knee. And then stepping your left foot forward into warrior two. Your left leg is in the front. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Moving into side angle of your choice. Maybe moving into supported, taking a bind or full bind. Anchoring through the outer right foot and finding the length through the right side of your body. Grounding through your feet, inhale, reversing your warrior. Moving into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Reach your left hand beyond your left foot towards the pinky toe mount. you'd like to take Chapasana, bend your right leg, hold the right foot with your right hand, if that's available for you. And then slowly releasing your right foot into goddess pose. Inhale, lifting up into star, opening up into warrior two to your right side. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Releasing your hands down to the mat. Swing your right foot back and up into down dog split. Opening your hips, bending your knee. You might want to move it into wild thing. Release your right foot behind you, lifting your hips up. And then releasing your right hand down, moving through your choice of flow. Skip your flow. We're meeting downward facing dog. Almost there. Inhale, raising your right leg back and up. And then stepping forward into lunge. Opening up into warrior two. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Lengthening your right leg. Moving into triangle pose. Chapasana. You might want to kind of find a softness through the right knee, the back of your right knee. Grounding through your feet, coming up to stand into goddess pose. Adjust your feet. Inhale, lifting up into star pose. Opening your arms to the T shape, turn your toes in, or you can heel toe your feet together or jump together very lightly. So your neighbor is not going to be surprised. Extending your arms up. Releasing your left arm down. And then shifting on the right foot. Holding the left foot with your left hand. So this time it's the same. Hugging your thighs in. Navel towards the spine. And if you're ready, press your left foot into your left hand. Beautiful. And then slowly come back to where you are. Again, you can do the same thing second time. If you'd like to, you're going to switch the leg. So holding the left foot with your right hand. And then press your left foot back. You can stay upright. If you'd like to, you can reach your left hand down. And kind of moving into revolved half moon. With the leg behind and hands together. And then slowly, slowly lifting your torso. Whew. My right leg is shaking. Moving into standing pigeon. Just breathing easy. And again, if you'd like to keep your legs as is and sit down, be mindful. You can sit down as is, or you can release your left foot first, and you can sit down. Whichever you feel, that makes sense. Again, moving into upside down tabletop. If you like to, go for a little challenge. You can moving into upside down plank, where you can keep your knees bent, lifting your hips up. Imagining there is a third hand of yours Gently lifting your pelvis up. And then slowly releasing your hips down on the mat. Let's swing the legs towards the back of your mat, laying on your right side. Again, let's bring the torso parallel to the side of your mat. And flexing your feet. You're going to extend your right leg out. Maybe reach your right hand towards the back of your head, slightly looking up. And continue reaching your right elbow out. And feet pressing down. Hugging your navel in. If you don't need a left hand support, you can bring your left hand by your torso. And again, I'm just feeling my pelvis wants to go backwards so much. I'm trying to keep my Tadasana on my side. It's a micro shifting happening. I mean, you could obviously see I'm wobbling, but inside of our body, it's so many little things are happening and trying to adjust, right? So really finding the breath and let your body adjust itself. And then slowly releasing your torso down. Some of you might feel like, why she's wobbling so much? It's so easy, might be. And moving into tabletop. This time, moving into Nichashin. Here, if you'd like to, you can tuck your toes. Bend your left knee. If you can reach for your left foot. And maybe lift your left leg. If this is feeling comfortable, you're going to extend your right leg out. Yeah? If this is not feeling great, you can stay inside of the hip and chest and knee. Yeah. And then for some of you, you might feel comfortable or feeling better support. Extend the right hand forward to support. I like to keep my hands like a chaturanga on, but for some of you, it might be nicer feeling or more supported to have your right foot in the front. So what I'm saying is, instead of keeping, maybe I'll show you the other side. Instead of keeping your hands here and then lifting the leg, you can reach your hand forward. I like to keep my hand on the side. Now let's switch to the other leg, if you haven't done. So you're going to bend the right leg, reach for your right foot, lifting the right foot. You can release your left hand forward, and then lengthen your right knee. Yeah. Now it's moving into child's pose. This is a fallen dancer pose. So the dancers fall on the floor. And then let's come up on our heels. Now let's bring the palms to the back of your head. And keeping your torso upright, and let your hands heavy into your head. And the elbows kind of heavy. Instead of pushing your head down, let your weight of your arms take your head down. And sending your breath to the back of your neck. It might feel nice to tilt your head side to side gently. Just to opening up the back of your neck. And then when you're ready, moving through your choice of flow, skip your flow. Moving into downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release out. Inhale. Releasing out. Lowering your knees down into child's pose. Beautiful walk, everybody. Now let's slide the torso forward, moving on your belly. Moving into Shalabhasana. Taking any variation. Let your inhale, gathering your inner thighs towards each other and lifting up. Finding the length. Reach up, reach up. And then slowly release one knee to the mat. You can flip your palms up towards the sky. Taking one more set. Either Shalabhasana or Dhanurasana. So if you're ready for Dhanurasana, bend your knees, hold your feet, chin or forehead to the mat, and then lifting up. Making sure you're breathing, even though your breath might not be deep. And then slowly release down, the other ear to the mat. And you can keep your knees bent and let your feet move side to side gently, or let your hips moving gently side to side. When you're ready, rolling on your back. Hugging your knees into your chest. You can roll side to side, just massaging the lower back. And here, let's move into either shoulder stands or Viparita Karani. So you can roll on your shoulders. If you prefer to use the wall space, you can move close to the wall, lift your legs upright. And if you are on your shoulder stands, release your toes over your head for a moment into flat pose. And then when you're ready, slowly release your hips down on the mat. Let's keep the legs straight up towards the sky. And then we are going to hug the navel in towards the spine. Take your time. And then slowly lower your legs down in 10. 9, keep relaxing your shoulders and neck. 8, 7, 6. Make sure your back is not hollowing up. Hugging your navel back. 5, 4. As usual, I'm messing up the number. 3, 2, 1. If you'd like to move it into fish, you can take a quick fish. Bring your hands behind your pelvis and pressing through your arms. Lift your heart up and gently releasing your head back. And pressing through your elbows, chin to your chest. Releasing your torso down. And you might want to take the next few breaths for quick twisting if you'd like to. We're moving into Shavasana. Allowing each part of your body softening and melting into the earth. And allowing each cell in your body softening. If you'd like to stay longer in Shavasana, and if you have a little extra time, please do stay longer. But if you're ready, slowly deepening your breath. Bring your awareness back in your body. Creating small movements. Maybe extending your arms over your head. Taking the whole body stretch. Slowly bending your knees. Rolling onto one side. When you're ready, Slowly lifting your torso. If you'd like to unmute to join the Om together, you can unmute yourself. Letting your sits bones grounding down to the earth. Lifting your energy up towards the sky. Gathering your palms together. If you'd like to join me for one Om, exhaling wherever you are. Inhale deeply. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miho.
Thank you so much.